Oh my!
We are live. We are live. Are we live?
Are we? Yes, we're alive.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Are we live?
Oh, we. Yep.
Who's there? Anybody
Yep.
there? Anybody there? Hello? Echo.
Hello. Hello. Is
Anybody there?
welcome to the first of its kind,
First, brand new, brand new.
brand new. You may have to come closer to the mic.
Come close on the camera.
Yeah.
Them can't hear me, man.
They can't. They can't. No, they can't hear much.
Hey, brand new show. Brand new show. It's called Surviving the Music Industry. My name is Canute, and this is Dean Reynolds. The Dean Reynolds.
No,
the original.
Bro,
It take a show for me and come side by side.
bro, just
let's be
can we chill?
Yeah, let's chill. This is not no boring show. This is like for real. We're going to talk.
So
beans.
I've been streaming since 2018, and it's the first I've had a guest in my studio,
In your space.
in my space. So, I mean, I've known Neil for, I don't know,
That's like what,
55 years.
55 years.
No? Oh, my
I'm
bad.
not even 55 here, but
Oh,
okay.
oh, my bad.
I'll take it.
Yeah. And when I met Neil was a sound engineer
Mhm.
for a group back in Jamaica called the Grace Thrillers.
Yeah.
But back in the day, we didn't say thrillers, we said
It's a
thrillers.
Yeah, thrillers is no thrill, no th, no tongue between your teeth and pronounce.
Tongue between the teeth.
no, that. Thrillers.
Thrillers. Yeah, and you've always been genuine.
Mhm.
I think we had a great friendship, and
Oh, yeah.
I think 20 plus years went by where we didn't even see each other.
Yeah. Yo, don't even carry me on there.
Yeah.
I literally, I told him that I felt bad. I remember the day he gave me the talk, like, yeah, man, we're not really there both again. And I was like, what? And it shocked me because I'm a virgin. I'm like, yeah, leave me. Or we can be a player. What am I gonna do? I'm like, you're gonna be all right, man. And it kind of vex. I'm like, yo, man, gone here, man. Try and we take a show now for we come back and kindred spirit. Man.
Yeah. By the way, we have mixed audiences.
Oh.
So they might not understand it. Yeah, chuma, yeah, man. You know, yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, but so we wanted to come up with a show called Surviving the Music Industry and to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, we both have over 30 plus years combined.
Yes.
Neil is known to be this master engineer, producer, music innovator.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. What is music innovation? What does it look like?
Well, music innovation is really just taking something that's there, music, and turning it on its head and turning it upside down and thinking outside the box. Ever since I started as an engineer 23 years ago, I kind of just followed right in the producer's lap, or it's producer's chair, sorry. And, you know, I had to do it. I had to do it just out of necessity at first. And then I realized that I was never the one to follow what everybody is doing. I'm always trying to like turn it upside down and think outside the box. So since day one of my productions, I've been doing that. You know, first to do a lot of things in my space. We created this genre called street gospel back in the day. It's about 20 years old now. And you know, just a few of us, a handful of us, myself, Danny Brownie, and just a few of us, Dale Virgo, follow suit right after. And so,
and rest in peace, Moses, man.
Yeah, Moses, you know, Moses was a great artist. And so we had so many talents, you know, so many talents to even mention.
Yeah.
But my production stint was always to see how we could push the envelope. Like my first DJ Nicholas that we had was so like outside the box. He was preaching and, you know, like kind of, you know, really energetic and having this nice boisterous voice that's commanding. And so that's still true to this day, you know, just flipping things upside down and just creating things out of nothing.
That song that you created with Moses.
Yes, Agape. Woo! Woo boy. Yeah.
I've loved that song from day one.
Yeah.
And you just kind of put that video out like what? 6 months ago? Or?
It's less than 6 months. We dropped the album August 8th. And it came out, and we did a Memoji video. Thank you, Samantha Gooden. She wrote the script on that. And we had an artist that created this video. Didn't even need us. You know, we just sent a screenshot of Moses and myself, and he went to town with it. And we did the video, put it out, and put out the album. And the album was considered for the 62nd Grammy. Woohoo! And so yeah, we'll talk about me out in LA, right?
Yeah, let's talk about that right now, because I mean I've seen the pictures, the clips. Let's talk about you being at the Grammys.
Me at the Grammys.
Yeah, put on your Grammy face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ever since we were always in the studio, we were always like practicing our speech and kind of thing. And I finally got a chance to not only be nominated in 2011. I was
just a little bit.
Do this in the studio. Tell people come close to the mic. Yeah. And so in 2011, I was nominated. But then Labor of Love, when I released my album in August, we were considered in 10 categories. And Moses' track and Moses and I track Agape was one of them. That was considered in a category. And so heading to LA, my sister and I, and we kind of just soak it all in. We went to the Grammy Museum. Nice. We saw my peers. We saw, you know, a bunch of people just there.
And your sister influenced you back in the day.
Yes.
Talk about that.
So in 2010, I was going through a rough time.
Yeah.
Really sad face, rough time.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, yo, cheer up, man. You know.
Yeah.
So 2011 turns and she's like, yo, Grammy here. Grammy year. He's even put Grammy year. And I was like, you know, I was so down and things. She's like, you know, and so I had done some work on 2010.
Yeah.
And so those works came out. And so we got some awards for those. And I was like, wait, she's onto something. We got Producer of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, Atlanta Gospel Music Awards.
Oh.
So Producer of the Year. And then I heard that I was nominated for a project that I work with Israel Vibration. And so that was like, wait, she just called.
That's big, bro.
So I'm like, what? This is big. For real. So
that's big.
I never got a chance to go to the award show.
Yeah.
So this time around, we were like, we're booking the trip. And we went there. We had a ball. The after party was lit. The ceremony was lit. We were so proud of all the people that were there and got nominated, considered, and even win. And it just was a bunch of, you know, a big stadium of creators. And with that, taught me that I can't just give up. I can't just be there and not do anything. I have to just keep going and go hard. So the moment I book a flight back from there to Atlanta, I went straight in the studio and I started working again. Like I needed to do more things because the energy there at the Staples Center and just even the lobby in the hotel, just talking to peers, just like how me and you talking, just people just fueling in you, and you just be like, you know what, I have to push through and, you know, put out content. Nope. And so that's why I'm super excited. And for this show, I'm super excited because we're gonna dig into some stuff because surviving the music industry ain't no joke.
Yeah. Would you say that you have survived the music industry based on those things that you have gone through and leading up to the Grammys? Because for me, that's a huge milestone going to the Grammys.
Going there. So, definitely. A lot of people were sending me messages like, yo, we don't know anybody that's been there.
Yeah.
You know, we always watch it on TV, and for you to go there and represent not only the Caribbean, but represent us as creators, musicians, and such the likes, you know, they were proud. They were literally proud. And people like, what's that? You know, it's like knowing that somebody you know that's in the space, that's all these awesome creators of content, music, and you name it, is there. It's a milestone. And for me, that's a great question. And for me, I've survived because I could have given up. I
Mm.
wanted to give up. I fell out of love with music.
Mm.
And it's a sad thing to like, don't want to hear music. Like most of my time was listening to audiobooks and podcasts.
Yeah.
And that was it for many a months. I didn't want to hear no music because
Yeah.
it was just disheartening. And
Yeah.
so I feel like I survived. I feel like I survived.
Yeah, me too,
You
man.
survived?
Yeah, I feel like
you survived.
I've survived, but my story is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'm not as accomplished as you,
Come on.
but
man.
but I'm
No,
grateful.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious, man,
Yeah.
because I remember when I started reaching back out to you,
Yeah.
but watching you online,
Yeah.
doing all of those different things, bro. I was super proud,
Oh,
knowing that I know that guy.
man,
So there's one thing when you do good, and there's another when you know the person.
yeah.
So, and you have done major events. You have
Mhm.
done so much, man. And so for me, I started back in Jamaica as a bass player.
Yeah.
I started out first playing the lead guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and my namesake Dean Campbell in Spanish Town. I used to be with a group called Unique Gospel Group.
Yeah.
He told me that he wanted me to play bass for his group. I said I don't play bass.
Yeah.
And
I don't do that.
And he said, "Sure you are." I said, "I don't play bass." He said, and he said, "All right, come check me, man. Come check me."
Yeah. That
So
means come by.
Yeah, come by.
I'll be here.
So I went there and sat with him, and we worked on all the chords,
Mm-hmm.
and we transferred those notes to bass. So
Whoa.
I give my bass playing days 100% to Dean Campbell.
Wow.
I was a
know that
rhythm
for all these
guitarist,
years.
and as soon as I got transferred to bass,
Uh-huh.
and my first major song was the song from Ron Kenoly, Ancient of Days,
Uh-huh. Oh,
and I told him to
that's the
not
song.
give me the bass solo, and he said, "Sure, no problem." And we went into this Spanish Town outdoor event,
Mhm.
and as soon as the song got to that part, they split the stage and looked at me to solo. I sunk, bro. And
froze?
I had to do it. I did it.
Oh, you did it.
I did my best, but
Yeah,
he told
some
me,
hearts for Dean.
but he told me he wasn't gonna do that, man. Oh,
Yeah, that's
But-
called Trial by Fire.
but man, and then I played with his band as a bass player, and
Mhm.
then back in the day, the Royal Roots back in the day,
Yeah.
and then the famous Lester Lewis got wind of my
Yeah.
talent. And I worked with him. I went to over 12 different islands in the Caribbean.
Nice.
I went to
nice.
the UK and with Lester as a bass player.
Yeah.
Those things
Wow.
wouldn't have happened.
Wow.
I remember playing guitar for Grace Thrillers, just a short stint.
Yeah.
But the bass is what really catapulted me into the music industry.
What I love about you when I first met you was
Yeah.
your work ethics and your attention to making sure you got the notations right.
Well, I appreciate that.
And you were always always. So after every rehearsal, Dean would be like, he's almost like he's mouthing or he's humming, kind of like working it out and making sure. And on show days, sure enough, he goes to town, and I admire that. I always like to be around people like that, so
I appreciate that.
I didn't even know that, that's how you started.
Yeah, man.
Trial by
That's
fire. Sink or swim. You.
no.
Wow.
I know.
So you survived? You feel
Yeah,
you survived?
I feel like I survived,
Mhm.
through those different stages that I've
Yeah.
been through.
Yeah.
But man, I worked with the radio station Love FM for many years.
Uh-huh.
I've garnered a lot of notoriety.
Uh-huh.
I've met a lot of people in the music industry,
Yeah.
from Colin Davidson, Tommy Cohen,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Papa Son, and
Greats.
Junior Tucker, and Chevelle Franklin, and Prodigal Son, and Donnie McClurkin, and Hezekiah Walker, and
See,
no. I'm not like just dropping names. I'm just saying
but you're there,
how
right?
grateful I am for
Yeah.
those opportunities.
Yeah.
But it's one thing to the next, man. So I feel like I survived. I've
Yeah.
dibbled and dabbled into so many
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
things, from artist management to booking agency
Yeah.
to now I just focus on protecting rights and coaching
and you're
people.
doing great. Like, you know, we are in talks now of doing some stuff for me because Dean's been in the space doing it big. Like, I remember the call, like I felt like it was the owner of YouTube calling me, and he called me and he's like, yo, and it was like, I see what you're doing, and I was like, yo, any tips? And he was like reading off all the softwares and the platforms that I should take advantage of, and you know, just to help me and giving me the energy that I needed for my show. Now, I started my show around 6 months ago, right? And it's called In My World. And In My World is the show that is behind the scenes that's talking about text. Now, here's the thing. Everybody will talk about the lead singer and the main people. Nobody talks about the engineers and everybody else in the background. And because I've been in the background for 23 years, it's not like I want people to be like, hey, look at me. But when things go wrong, they look at me. When things go right, they forget me. And, you know, I have some stories. I have some things to share of, you know, how we go through our stuff, you know, whether it's how the house of worship or, you know, being on tour and trying to figure out how you're going to get like, you know, tech support and things like that. So I wanted to create this forum for us as tech guys, and that's either, you know, engineers, producers, you know, songwriters, just people behind the scene. And so I started that. And when I started In My World, it was really just to be getting over my fear of public speaking. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Yeah, I get tied up, and
I had that too.
I say arms a lot. So if you want something to do, count on an arms.
Dude, I still struggle with that, bro. Oh my goodness.
So it was to get out of fear of public speaking and to be out there. You know, I told my coach that I don't want to be obscure anymore. I didn't want to be the best kept secret anymore, because I took solace in that. People are like, you're the best kept secret. But nobody would remember me, and you know, I'd just be in a corner and just wait until somebody go, hey, I want you to do this for me. And so that was a thing that I was struggling with, and so I feel like I survived by saying, you know what, I needed to reinvent myself and to not only take on the persona of being an extrovert, but to also to share the knowledge that I have. For many years, people would call me and say, hey, I have this problem with Pro Tools or Nuendo or Cubase, and I know all of them because I had to. And I would walk them through it like a full-on tech support without getting paid or noted or anything. So I said, you know what, let me coin all of these things that I've learned all these years and put it out there on YouTube for people to know. And surprisingly, my YouTube grew from 19 people to now I think I'm at 100 and something, or I don't know what it is, but it grew from that. The moment I had the 25 subscribers, I was like, I have arrived.
Yeah, woohoo!
So when you finish watching this, go subscribe to my channel.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
Knut ELLIS, and In My World. It's not only that on there, but there's a bunch more stuff. So so that's how I started. And Dean called me and go, yeah, man, yeah, go on good. And I was like, what? The maestro?
I was really impressed, bro.
So I was
really impressed.
And so that's the energy that I needed from a brethren for come say, yeah, go on good. And I keep going and putting out content.
Yeah. Now you are working also on a new record, right?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm working on a brand new record. I'm super excited because my heart was broken when I put out V3 in August. A couple of disc jockey, and I'll translate. Them say, yeah, you know, a new tune. I was like, I just put out an album. Yeah, we know them song there. I was like, wait, you know, like them know them, you know, them, they know these songs. I'm like, these songs are brand new. Like, you know, you probably heard like, you know, one or two songs here and there. And so, you know, they were letting me know that, oh, my album wasn't altogether new material. I was like,
okay.
All right. And being considered for that album, I was like, okay, back in the studio. So I was on the island of Jamaica, and I went to the studio from 10 a.m. and I left 3 a.m. Artists came, and we were just revolving door. They were coming, writing songs, and we were voicing songs. And I left the island like I found gold out of Port Royal. Like, I was like, yeah, buddy. And I have some heat. Believe me. I was in the studio last night, 2:30 in the morning, voicing, checking voices of what we just did. Woke up this morning like around 10, 11, and was working on another verse for that same song. And right now, I don't even know which one to drop. Like I told you today, like, March is coming. I'm dropping the fire. Best believe I'm dropping the fire, because that's what I needed. And that's what I want to encourage you. If somebody puts you down and say, hey, you know, you're meh, you should use that as fuel to go on. Don't use it as something to be like, you know what, maybe they're right. They're not right. Because the truth is, and we learned this, people only criticize what they either can't be or what they don't like. I'll let that simmer for a second.
Woo. Come on, boy.
Yeah, don't let me start preaching now. So the moment, and this is true, because you call me with an energy to be like, yo, you're going on good, keep going.
Yeah.
And your criticism was, hey, use this software, use this is constructive to help me, which I grew my channel from 19, and right now, you know, once we're done, we're gonna get like 100 subscribers for you.
Yeah.
Right? But anyways, that's what you can. You didn't to be like, yeah, you should give it up because you didn't do your intro right or whatever.
Come on, dude, you suck.
Yeah, people only criticize and put down what they don't like in you, what they can't be.
Yeah.
Don't let that stop you. So you're watching this now, you're a music professional, or you're dabbling into music, or you're in the music industry, whether you want to be a publisher, you want to be a booking agency, or a marketer, any capacity in the creative arts. Don't let nobody stop you. Look at me real good. Don't let nobody stop you. Push past it.
That's right.
I have all the excuses not to be here sitting with Dean, because if I was somewhere else and not doing it, nobody would be wanting to. Right now, there's so many alignment calls that I've gotten since I was considered. And it's not like I don't have a Grammy nomination. I have it, but nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, they are like, yo, I want to be, you know, when you work on the next tune, when you work on the next album. Yeah. So now, you know, in my inbox is so many people trying to reach out. I'm not putting them on blast. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm not like flexing on anybody. What I'm saying is nobody's ever going to touch base with you if you're not doing anything. Get up off the couch.
100%. 100%.
So how you survive the music industry?
Yeah. So how do you survive the music industry? And we wanted to come up with this show to kind of help independent artists. So we're talking about artist interviews, giveaways, which I haven't spoken to him about, but I think we can do some kind of giving away. So we want to do this once a month. Every first Thursday of the month, we want to give it a shot. And right now, you know,
I'm not giving away my hat.
We're just really trying to get our feet wet where the show is concerned. We know a lot of artists combined, so we want to begin to bring artists in this stream, make it more interactive, make it more interesting. You know, I don't know if you want to look at he's handsome. I'm not as
I am. No, I don't think so. Am I?
Cut.
Yeah, you take. I'm not.
So
I'm cute at best on my good side. I don't even know which one that is.
Hey, let's try to go to the song that that you did. Let's try to let's try to see.
I had fun doing this song.
If we can share that song.
Shout out to Craig McDonald. Craig and I have been co-producing as long as I've known him, and it's probably like close to 18 years. Craig understands my gibberish. I call Craig in the middle of the night and send him a voice note or hum on the phone. I hear da 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 da, and he's like, okay, cool, and he plays it.
Here we go.
So this is what we did. Oh, you're on my page. That's dope.
Yeah.
Are you hearing it?
Yeah, I don't hear the audio.
I hear you.
Yep. All right.
So they can check the links out, but we did the emoji video from scratch.
Yeah, that didn't go too well.
Technical flub. Hey, it's a new show.
It's a new show. Yeah.
Next time.
Next time. Yeah, so we just basically wanted to come on here, guys, and just to test the waters, letting you know that we created this brand new show called Surviving the Music Industry, and so we're gonna be intentional each month to share the stream to a group of people. We're gonna just document all the stuff, and it takes a while to
Hmm.
build up,
Hmm.
a core group of people.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should stop. I think next month we should
Yeah.
go
Don't
back.
stop.
It's the same thumbnail. We just go for it, man. We just
Yeah.
keep promoting it. I think the best thing for the show is when we start to bringing guests.
No, no, we go down with one. I don't even know, guess. Guys, we have 30 years or more combined between the
Oh
two of us. We have
my
stories for
gosh,
days, but this is not gonna be
stories for
like
days.
just useless banter. It's not
Yeah,
gonna be like just gibberish, just us going on. We're gonna talk about real stuff. Dean's gonna be talking
yeah,
about um uh royalties and publishing and what that
yes.
means. So take for example, you're a new artist and you have a song, and I've met a ton of people like this, right? They don't know how to copyright their songs.
Mm,
They don't know about Library of Congress. They don't know about poor man's copyright. They just know that I have a song, and they don't know the first thing to put out their song. And they can put out their songs and probably go on one of the platforms and distribute it. There's so many of them right now, and we're going to talk about the right ones for you.
mm,
Dean is going to talk about those stuff, right? And they don't know how to even. Some people don't even know how to put it up on a distribution site. But
mm,
say you know how to do that and you put your song on and it's out on iTunes. Hey, does the world know about it? That's where we're gonna come in. How you
mm.
survive. And I want to share this one thing, Dean. I
Yeah.
want to share this one thing. I call it the 2 week demon. And the
Mm,
2 week demon, I've seen it in my 23 years. I probably wasn't paying attention to it all these years,
mm,
or years up until like the late last 5 or 6 years or so. And it's this: people put their song out and they excited about it for 2 weeks. They tell everybody and their mom about it,
mm,
and after 2 weeks, they themselves move on to another project or
mm,
another thing. So on social media, they'll be like, "Hey, I have an album on," blah blah blah, blah. And they do it, and 2 weeks come around, and they get lost in the wind.
mm.
And your project is still new, guys. You spend thousands of dollars recording a song, mixing, mastering, getting it out, promoting it, and then it's dead after 2 weeks. No, there's plans on. There's plan. So this show is not gonna have 2 week demon. I can tell you that right now. After 2 weeks, you're gonna know it's a new show. It's still a new show,
Yeah.
right? It's after several episodes for me in my world. I found my voice, and I'm still struggling with that. I'm still trying to get my energy up and come and be, all that stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be talking about some real stuff. We're not just gonna be here going, "Hey, remember back in the day when we used to play it?" No, we're gonna be talking about the steps that you need to take
Yes.
to enroll in Dean's coaching program, to enroll in my coaching program,
Yes.
to talk about audio production and engineering. If you want to be an engineer and you want to get some tips and tricks,
Yeah.
yes, definitely sign up to my YouTube, but reach out to me. I'll give you some infos. We're gonna drop some link here.
Yes.
So reach out to me. I coach, I mentor, and you coach and you mentor. So we're gonna be talking about real stuff. So if you're a music professional, you're an industry professional, or even if you don't consider yourself a professional and you want to touch base with us, this is the stop right here. Surviving the music industry, and it's gonna be full on energetic, full on fun. We're gonna talk about real stuff, and we're gonna put money in your pockets.
Mm. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted here
He's
trying
checking
to
the analytics and
check in the
and,
stuff.
and
Yeah.
people typing. Hey, what's up? We have any shout outs?
No, we have no shout outs right now.
Oh,
I
y'all are
I
quiet.
I just saw something technical in the stream,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of it all.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're watching the replay, welcome. This is Surviving the Music Industry with Knut, Neil Ellis, myself, Dean Reynolds, and we're gonna do this every month. Um, so this is enough content to chop up and put
Mm-hmm.
on both of our
Yeah,
platforms because
definitely.
I can't wait to put this up. I'm gonna chop it up
Yeah,
from
this is good
and
content.
it's called repurpose, right? We're gonna repurpose it. Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
IGTV,
Yeah,
I mean the stories, Facebook stories. Um, yeah, we're gonna chop it up. So
yeah.
I
And let us know, if we should switch chairs.
Yeah.
Dean called dibs on this one, but you know, hey.
And as you can see, we're using a green screen, and I've got
Wait,
little.
don't give away all the beans.
It's-
That's what the show's about.
Yeah, it's
We're
fine.
using a green
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, we're using a green screen, so we're trying to work things out. But man, I feel very good. I feel very positive. I think this can morph into something amazing.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't have anything else to say, man. More than
that's it. We're done.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we should just
half an hour. Okay,
say
cool.
goodbye, man. Yeah, because
Um,
Facebook is really 23 to 30 minutes.
Sweet spot. So see,
You
we're
know?
dropping the game on you.
Yeah.
We're not just here just talking, we're giving you. So if you pay attention,
Yes.
now there are special times to stream,
Yes.
and there's length of time that you need to stream.
Yes.
And we are gonna give you those
100%.
right? So
Yes.
how you survive the music industry? First of all, subscribe to Dean's channel right now.
Demon's Media.
Click it right now.
Yeah.
Just click
And
it.
I'll put, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll put a link in the description for his channel.
Definitely.
And I'll definitely put a link in the description on Facebook,
Please,
wherever
I need
you're
to
watching.
I need
So-
to get more
So if
subscribers.
you so if you're watching wherever you're watching from, I'm Dean, and
And I'm Knut Neely. Now I had to tell this one last
Yeah.
story. My mom called me almost every other day.
Yeah.
So how many subscribers you have?
come on, Mom, what are you doing?
And she is like, and she's sending to all her friends that even not on social media.
Come on.
Bless her heart, you know. Thank you, Mom. So I know she's watching. So my mom is my biggest promoter and advocate for me to get subscribers.
That's
So
good.
yeah, go subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
This has been awesome. You know.
Yeah, I really like it, man. And thank you for coming here, bro. Like, this
Yeah.
means the world to me personally, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it really does, man. Because,
Yeah, I know.
man,
I'm
it's,
gonna feel that way,
yeah.
For real?
And you saved the day because my computer has
yeah.
many issues. We're streaming in a different set, like a whole setup, because of this guy.
Is Dean giving you all full transparency?
MacBook Pro.
Yeah, with the touch bar and thing. Okay, cool.
That's what he got, the MacBook Pro. So for me, my computer iMac is
You have
I bought it in 2014, but it's lazy as heck.
Subscribe to Dean channel.
Yeah, you want to buy me a Mac computer? Yeah, my number is 222. Yeah,
But we're gonna give you these tips and more, and we might do it jokingly, but there's a bunch of stuff. We'll drop a bunch of links in here. You can check out some stuff that Dean's working on, and you can check out some of my stuff. And we thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for inviting me.
man, my pleasure.
And I'm
man.
gonna make sure that I'm sitting right next to you, maybe on that side. Every first Thursday at
Yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern. Surviving the music industry. Peace.